You probably heard the phrase, let them, all over social media. It basically comes from Mel Robbins' let them theory, and it's about releasing the urge to control other people's behavior and instead, Corey Rose, focus on your response to that behavior.
Inward, right? 9 News parenting expert Dr. Sheryl Ziegler joins us to talk more about the theory. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I have not read the book, but I have friends who literally got the tattoo, let them. I mean, this is
You've read their
this
tattoo.
is a thing, yes. So talk a little bit about what the let them theory is all about.
Yes. I think if anybody hasn't read the book, I actually would suggest to listen to the book. It is a full performance by Mel Robbins. She just knocks it out of the park. So I would suggest listening to the book. But really, it's a theory. She definitely has packaged this up and to present to the world. Parts of this theory have been around for a long time in psychology. And it really is the fact that let them means let you be upset that I've decided to pick up and move across the country, right? As opposed to me being overconsumed with what's Corey gonna think? If I'm gonna move, how's that gonna impact you? We are very externally focused. So there's a concept in psychology called locus of control. Is my locus of control inward, that's internal, or outward, external? So let them says, let them be upset or mad or confused by my behaviors. But the second part, which is the part that we don't always talk so much about, is let me make the choices that are good for me. Let me set the boundaries that are right for me. So it's a two-part kind of concept.
The whole time I'm hearing this answer, I'm thinking about my mom. This woman has spent her whole life basing decisions not on what she wants to do, but basing it on how are you going to react to this?
Yes.
I better change my mind. No.
Yes.
Okay, enough about my mom for now.
That's a good example.
But I do want to know why now, because you just mentioned this isn't new necessarily, but why is this taking off at this point in the game?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. First of all, she did an excellent job of packaging this up.
Mel Robbins or my mom?
Mel Robbins.
Okay.
Your mom should listen to Mel Robbins. No, she did a great job of making this accessible to everybody, right? But the other part is this is a very stressed out society. People are experiencing burnout. They're experiencing stress at levels that we've never seen recorded before. And so the idea that says, oh, wait, I don't have to worry about other people's problems or thoughts or opinions, and I don't have to fix them, and I get to focus on me and what's good for me or my family, whatever choices I'm making, is freeing for people at a time they really need it.
What a relief.
Yes.
Your mom did a great job packaging up you too, but we were talking about Mel here.
You don't know me that well yet.
Is there a specific group that this is appealing more to right now?
It's really appealing to women. And then under women, sort of mothers as well. And that makes sense. Women and mothers, we are emotional gatekeepers. We are the ones that are in charge of not only logistics, but also the emotional containers for how people feel and pleasers. And so men don't tend to be pleasers in the same way women do. So women are really, by the tens and tens of thousands, are really resonating with this message and practicing it and tattooing it so they don't forget. And so I think it's great. I really do. I think it's healthier. I think it's great. I think if it goes too far, yes, we don't want to exclude people out of our lives and say, I don't care what you think. That's different. I'm not saying, if I say let you, Corey, be upset that I'm going to move, that doesn't mean I don't care. It just means you get to have your feelings. I get that. And I get to make my choices. We both get to have those two things at the same time.
Most appealing to women and mothers.
Yes.
My mom is both. Let this appeal to you, Mom. Get on board.
Come on, Mama.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question.
Okay.
We should probably focus on the drawbacks. No theory is perfect, so can we talk about maybe some of the negatives of let them?
Sure, it's probably more a negative of how we practice it. So I think sometimes when you say let them, it can become very dismissive. All of a sudden, I don't really care, right, about how you feel. And so that would be this emotional disengagement where I no longer care what someone thinks. We don't want that. We could also say, I'm going to avoid this conversation because I just let them be upset. And I don't even need to talk to them. That's also not the spirit of it. And then it could also be sort of this justification for not showing up. And that means not just literally, but emotionally. So let them doesn't mean you avoid hard conversations. It says I can tell you're upset, Corey, let's talk about it. And I care about how you feel, but it's not going to change my mind or it's not going to make me stay up at night and ruminate and overthink. You see the difference?
for
But
sure.
it can be hard to practice. You got to just practice.
It could apply to parenting, seriously, because you know, let your kid do
Yes,
whatever
let
they
you
need to
be
do.
frustrated. You don't get a second
Let them
dessert.
make mistakes,
Yes.
but then also don't just like walk out the door for 10 hours and say, do whatever you want to do. I'll see you later.
Absolutely. I think it's a way to actually be really connected to people because you care about their feelings, but you're just not changing your behavior because of it.
I feel like I need to get this tattooed on my arm too, because you're
Maybe
right.
a
It
temporary
really is
one.
appealing to me. It really
It
is.
is.
I get it.
Listen to the
I can
book.
see that.
Listen to it.
Right there? Yeah. Great.
No, because then other people only see it, but then you wouldn't see it.
Right. There's that. As always, Sheryl, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.